Hi there, students. So, I'm going to take my blocked in drawing, which is good enough for the moment, and I'm going to start developing the values and the textures and going forward with that. And I am of the belief, and I think it's a good belief, that that your drawing should keep evolving the whole way through. So if you ever feel like you just can't change something, it's a valid point. But to keep your drawing active and not too stilted, you want to kind of always feel as though you can change something. That said, changing the whole structure of the drawing after you've been working on it for 2.5 hours is going to really hurt. So that's why we block in a drawing, so that we can get some things done first off. So to start, I'm going to finish this drawing in pencil, and the next draw, and that is, you can use charcoal if you prefer, but I'm going to leave that up to you for this developed drawing assignment. You can use either pencil or charcoal, or you can use a combination of the two. Either way is totally fine. I am not liking this angle. I put that in so that I would understand the back of the box, and I'm not liking it at all. So I might kind of fudge around with that at different times. And this is feeling extremely flat to me. It's probably because I have been changing my position quite a few times, and that is to be understood. So all of these little changes that I make, changing the angle of the box, all that kind of stuff, at some point in the drawing you're going to have to stop yourself from doing that. You're going to have to say to yourself, oh, I can stop that now. That's not something I need to keep up. Now this side of the box you can't see in your where you're looking, but it is what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing more from, this is about the, oh no, about there. That's the view that I'm seeing. So I can really see the box from where I'm sitting, that side of the box, and it really is striking. That shadow really kind of defines a lot of the space for me, and the dark shadow behind as well. So I want to, I really like to have these darks in the drawing before I get too far into adding texture and all that kind of stuff. While I'm drawing, I like to think to myself, what is darker than what? What is lighter than what? How dark is that? How light is that? And you just keep on adding bit by bit. You might use all of your different hardnesses of pencils. Some of the pencils, like an HB pencil, will almost blend because it touches the whole paper in this really interesting way. And what I'm doing right now, kind of focusing on the areas around this mug, I don't necessarily advise that. I advise really focusing on the whole picture at once. When you are kind of drawing, you want to think in terms of macro and micro, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So you've got the whole picture, and then you've got little itty-bitty details. So as I'm drawing this, I'm seeing that this is in the wrong place. I feel like this needs to come over a little bit, but am I going to do that now and slow down my drawing? Will it impact the end of the drawing? If it will, then I would change it. If I'm close to the end of the drawing and I need to redo a whole structure, if it seems like it's going to improve the drawing that much, then I would do it. But if it doesn't, then I would probably let it be. I'm going to add some of the value of these folds, and sometimes I only switch pencils because one of them is running out of lead. That is, and I don't like to sharpen pencils while you all are waiting for me to do something impressive in a demo. So part of this, you're seeing my head come in so I can see the end of this. I was always taught, and this is still the way I teach students, that you draw what you see. There are things about structure that you can learn that will really, really help your drawings, like how linear perspective works. That's really, really going to help your drawing. When you get to, if you love drawing figures, taking a figure drawing course and understanding how the anatomy of the human is put together and what muscles do what is really going to help your figure drawings. But in general, when you're drawing, just look at what you're drawing and feel as though your pencil is replicating that texture or surface or what have you. And then you can draw anything. Doesn't matter what it is. But there are things that will really, really help your drawing, like figure drawing, understanding linear perspective, things like that. But when people say, when it comes to texture, especially texture, texture is one of those things that you just have to draw it. Just look at it and let your pencil move, and it'll come together. But I'm really not in the texture part of drawing. I'm still in the finding values. So I would definitely go through and adding values, kind of like I am here, adding the values to all the parts and really thinking to myself, what is darker than what? And making those things happen before I start adding, really getting involved in texture. Okay, so I'm going to keep working on the values of this drawing. One thing I haven't been, you know what, before I stop this video, I think it's really important that I point out, I don't think I've drawn with the eraser yet in this drawing, but I have been drawing with the eraser. I've been using the eraser a lot when I'm not actually drawing. So keep in mind that your eraser is a drawing tool. We've got additive processes in drawing, like adding charcoal or pencil to the drawing, and then we have subtractive processes in drawing where we erase out areas. And again, the eraser is not just because we've made a mistake. That's not the purpose of the eraser. It often is the purpose of an eraser, but another really important purpose is to, we can just erase right out those light parts, and it's a really effective drawing tool in that way, and that would be a subtractive process. So I'm going to keep working on this drawing and developing it. Your developed drawing is going to be either charcoal or pencil or both of those things in one drawing, and kind of doing whatever you're most comfortable with, and working from a still life. Okay.